Welcome to another episode of Jumping in the Pot. I'm your host, Marcia, and today this is what's jumping in my pot. It's going to be National Donut Day in a few days. So I decided to make chocolate bourbon glazed donuts and a vanilla glazed donut. Let's get to the ingredients that I will be using for the dough. Bourbon, butter, an egg, yeast, salt, granulated sugar, all-purpose flour, milk. Let's move to the step of making the dough. Now let's move to the first step of assembling the dough. We add the milk to the bowl, the yeast, the sugar, the egg, and the bourbon. Then we're going to take a whisk and whisk this up together. Now that's whisked together. The next step is we're going to add the flour. As always, the ingredients and the measurement will be in the description box below. Now we mix this up together. We thoroughly mix this up together. Now we continue mixing the dough up together. I think this is enough. Now this is the next step. We cover this up for 20 minutes and let a little gluten forms in the dough. Don't let it go over 20 minutes because we are not making bread. It has been 20 minutes. The dough has been mixed and setting to form the gluten. So the next step is we add some salt. The reason why you add the salt now and after the 20 minutes of it resting is because the salt competes with the flour and it pulls out a lot of moisture. So we don't want that. See, it's supposed to be just like this, sticky. Elasticity in it. A little bit more salt. Now we'll move on to the next step. I dusted the board already with a little flour, and now we're going to take the dough out of the bowl and put it onto the board. Okay, we're going to add a couple of cubes of butter at a time, softened butter. We're going to knead this into the dough. We knead it all until we knead it up until we finish all the butter out of the bowl. That's a stick of butter we will be using. Well, I've been kneading the dough for about 7 minutes, and I think it's ready for the next step. I have a bowl here, which I've put some vegetable oil in it. And now I'm going to add the dough to it. We foam it into a ball, and we put it into the bowl. The next step is we're going to refrigerate it overnight. And I will see you again on National Donut Day to make the donuts. Well, today is National Donut Day, and it's time to make the donuts. I took the dough out of the refrigerator that was left in overnight. Now, this is what we're going to do. I have a cutting board here that I'm going to put a little flour on it. And then I'm going to take the dough out of the bowl, and we're going to take a rolling pin and roll the dough out. We want to get about 12, roll it out to about a 1-inch thickness. This is a donut cutter, and now we're going to cut the donuts. You see? Let me do one more. I'm going to continue cutting them, and after I finish all, I'm going to put them on a baking tray and put them in the oven, but not with the oven on, to rise. While the donuts are rising, we are going to make the glazes for the donuts now. First off, I'm going to show you how to make the bourbon chocolate glaze. I have some chocolate pieces in this bowl. I have the bourbon, and I'm going to add the bourbon to the bowl with the chocolate. And then I'm going to pop it in the microwave. There you have it. Chocolate, bourbon, glaze. Now, I've also made already apple cider glaze. The ingredients and the amounts what I'm using will be in the description box below. And now we're going to make a vanilla glaze. I have some butter and some milk in this bowl. Get a fork to whisk it up. I have some powdered sugar, which I'm adding to the bowl. And we're going to mix this up. See, this is the vanilla frosting we're going to be using for the donuts. Now, I've put some oil here in a cast iron pot. To fry the donuts, you need a heavy pot. It doesn't burn that easy. And you must start the oil on low and let it heat up on low flames, not high flames. And here's the donuts, the first set that has risen. So I'm going to start putting them in the oil. Now we're going to add the donut. Come on, jump in the pot. We're going to add 3 at a time. I have some sticks here to turn the donuts when it's ready to be turned. Don't overcrowd your pot because it will steam and not fry. Now let's flip it over to the other side. See? We'll let them cook on this side now. Then we'll take them out and put them on this baking sheet here, lined with towel paper and a rack, so the oil can drain off in it. Okay, I think it's time to take the donuts out and put them on the sheet pan here. Now I'll put another batch in. Now let's frost the donuts. the bourbon chocolate donut, the vanilla frosted donut, and the apple cider glaze donut. Here you have it, the donuts. Apple cider glazed, vanilla frosted, and chocolate bourbon glazed donuts. Enjoy for National Donut Day. If you like what you saw today, please subscribe, like, share, and comment. And also follow me on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and Pinterest. And I will see you soon with another video. Bye.